In ATM, three coworkers end up in a desperate fight for their lives when they become trapped in an ATM by an unknown man.
So riddle me this. What's good with getting food?
It's after midnight.
Oh, it's fine, honestly.
I need to stop at an ATM, by the way.
Dude, you're killing me right now. I'm sorry about him. All set. Let's go. What the hell is that?
Probably waiting to use the ATM.
Well, why didn't he come in then?
Who cares? I'm freezing. Let's go.
Just wait a second. He's just watching us.
When I saw the trailer for ATM, I laughed myself silly. I don't think anybody watched this movie taking it seriously. I think everybody watched it expecting it to be bad. I can't imagine anybody would pop this in and say, I am truly and honestly excited for this movie. It's not possible. And that's exactly why I got a group of friends together to watch it, because we were in the mood for a giggle fest. So after watching it, I have to say, it's not good, obviously. It's a very, very bad movie, but you pretty much knew that. I can't imagine you wouldn't have expected that. Why it's bad is a little surprising for me. It was bad in a different way than I was expecting, and that's because it was actually put together well. As a movie, you know, it looked fine, it was paced fine, and that wasn't the problem. The acting really wasn't even that bad either. It was really just the writing more than anything. And the writer is the guy that wrote Buried, which is a movie I really liked. However, looking back on that, the directing and the acting was the best part of that. The writing actually did have some hiccups. So normally I talk about the plot first, but because I think that's the weakest point of this, I will talk about that last. First, I'll talk about the directing. Like I said, I thought it was actually put together pretty well. It definitely was entertaining. I'm not gonna lie, it was entertaining, if not for the reason that it was bad. In general, I had a good time watching it. It wasn't, you know, a slow, boring movie or anything like that. It just was. Acting-wise, like I said, this isn't really that big of a problem either. Was it good? You know, it was just okay, I guess, but it wasn't bad. I don't think it was bad. The girl might have been the worst, followed by the guy that's not Josh Peck. Actually, I didn't think Josh was awful. I thought his dialogue was bad, but I didn't think he was terrible or anything. I really do think, though, that the acting was okay. It was tolerable. If you really didn't like it, I would just say it was tolerable. But the main problem, like I said, is the writing. Now, right off the bat, there are so many plot holes and implausibilities about this movie that it would take forever to really go through them, and, you know, I guess you could have fun. You literally could sit there and be like, and what about this? And what about that? And oh my god, what about this? And then this, and you could just keep going and going. And it's true, you really could, and they're all valid. However, there is one plot hole, if you want to call it that encompasses the whole thing, and every single plot hole, like, falls under this one. This is the mother of all plot holes for this movie, and that is the fact that this guy had to basically sit and wait for someone to go into the ATM without their phone for whatever reason, and park their car really far away for whatever reason. They just happen to not have any phones, no cell phones on them. That's, of course, that's fantastic. They parked the car really far away, and once again, these are all things that fall under my main thing I'm talking about. But yeah, the main thing is just the fact of, like, all of these things had to come together to make, like, a perfect scenario when the guy's finally like, oh, here we go. Time to get my hands dirty. Let's do this. And, you know, set the whole thing up, I guess. But the fact that it just so happened that none of them had phones on them and the car was parked so far away, it's just so stupid and implausible that right off the bat, who even cares what happens in this movie? Honestly, I was like, oh, I hope this person dies. I hope this person dies. Like, I was hoping they would get killed throughout the whole movie. I mean, I wasn't rooting for them at any point. I can't imagine anybody would be. I just wanted everybody to die. I didn't even care. And the number one worst part of the movie is a spoiler, unfortunately, so I won't say it now. I will say it in just a minute, but honestly, it doesn't matter. You're not going to watch this movie, and if you do, you're wasting your time, so you can just stick around if you want, but I'm going to be fair just in case, so I'll talk about that in just a moment. Overall, lame movie, very lame movie. Put together pretty well. Acting wasn't terrible. It's just that the script was so bad and pointless. And why was this movie even made? Like, I can't imagine who reads this script and says, yeah, this is a movie I want to make. I imagine the director just saw the name on the cover and saw Buried, and he was like, oh, that was successful in terms of, you know, that it was a good movie. Yeah, I'll use this script. And then he read it. That's all I can imagine. I don't know. I am into filmmaking myself. I can't imagine wanting to make this movie. I don't understand. But different strokes for different folks, maybe, although I'm pretty sure most people did not like this movie. So, there you go. That's ATM. Now, I'm going to talk about some spoilers, like I said. If you don't want to know what happens, don't watch the rest of this. Click the annotation that just popped up. Otherwise, just keep watching. I don't care. You don't care. Just keep watching. So, the thing I was going to say earlier, the worst part of the whole movie is the fact that it's random. It's random. It's meaningless. The killer doesn't want them specifically. It's just random. That's awful. I was literally watching the ending with, like, my heart racing because I was actually into it. And I was like, please let there be something else to this. Even if it's stupid, I don't care. Please let there be something else. And then it just turns out that he's, like, randomly killing people in ATMs, basically, and he's going on to the next one. That's ridiculous. It's almost like these people were thinking, we're gonna do for ATMs what Jaws did for the beach. Are you out of your freaking mind? These guys have to be kidding themselves if they think that anyone is gonna be, like, spooked at the ending of this movie. I don't even know, but it was hilarious in an anti-humor way because nothing happened. And I was hoping something else would happen, but no. Now, I hope they make a sequel. I really do, just for laughs' sake. That would be hilarious. I would absolutely see it. And there you go. That's all I have to say about ATM. So let me know in the comments what you thought of ATM. Let me know what you thought of the directing or how the whole movie was put together, I guess. Let me know what you thought of the acting. Did you think it was terrible or did you think it was tolerable, like I said? Let me know what you thought of the writing and the plot and the movie overall. Have fun with it. Let me know some plot holes that I might not have even picked up on, whatever you want to do. But just to be fair, if you're going to leave a spoiler, please put a spoiler tag so that people that really don't want to know don't see your spoiler. I know it really doesn't matter, but just do it, please. Thank you. Let me know anything you want about ATM, and that's pretty much it.
We're locked in.